Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, going to be a Patreon battle between Fenix and iNcontroL here on Heartbreak Ridge, left side. It's going to be the Peruvian. It is Fenix. He's playing Teal Terran. And on the right side, it's iNcontroL. So it's almost 3 years since iNcontroL passed away suddenly. I still miss him, and I feel like a lot of people miss him. I still go back and listen to casts by him, and the Holiday Bash from 2017. Man, that was incredible. Him, Artosis, Day 9. We've got Tasteless there as well. Also, Idra showed up. And Jeff was just so funny and so hilarious off the cuff. Off the cuff. It was a big loss. So I feel like we can honor him by casting his games to see how great of a player he was. So it's going to be America versus Peru here on Heartbreak Ridge. Again, this is just a Patreon game for those of you who support me on patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month. I really do appreciate it. And if you're watching this in the month of April or somewhere after that, wait, hang on a second. How many days does March have? Yeah, somewhere in April. You're watching this on the YouTube channel. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. I'm here 5 times a week with amazing Brood War content. Games from 20 years ago. Games from 2 or 3 years ago. Games from a couple months ago. 10 years ago. StarCraft has a much storied history. And I'm here to cover it all. All right, man. So hatch first here at 11 or 12 supply. And barracks first here on this 2-player map. Can't go command center first without risking a pool first play and Lings knocking at your door and you have nothing to defend yourself with. 11 pool. Overlord checking things out. Terry checking things out. An SCV. So yeah, this is going to be good. I'm excited to see what's going to happen in this game. I don't think I've cast a Fenix game before. Or if I did, I didn't know he was Peruvian. Peru has a lot of great players. I mean, Fenix retired in like 2010, so 12 years ago, he really stopped competing in StarCraft 2, or StarCraft Brood War. Blah, blah, blah. So I mean, this is, if he sees this on YouTube, he's going to be like, oh man, this is a different era of my life. When I was putting a ton of time in TSL, right? Trying to beat people I can control all the time. Anyway, Heartbreak Ridge. Have we seen... I'm trying to think. Have we seen more Zerg wins or Terran wins on this map over the years that I've been casting on this thing? It feels like it's more Zerg. I just feel like... you have a lot of wide open space for mutas to attack into and got like places to hide and dead air space to be into. The other problem, though, is there's not a ton of places to expand. Oh, I love this. I love this. This usually indicates we're going to see a lurker play, right? Where lurkers come up back behind this mineral line you can't see. Hold on a second. Oh, no, thanks. Thanks. So, yeah, so you make lurkers, and they come up this back way, and then they completely shut down this mineral line. But you have to get through this mineral thing to get there first, and that's what this drone is working on. Oh, you stopped mining for a second there. You know, I've always felt like drones are using their mouths to do this, but every time you get close up, it's obviously their claws. Which I'm sure most of you are like, duh, Falcon, of course it's their claws they're using. They're not eating the minerals. But I always felt like it was, just because like from a distance, and especially in the old Brood War graphics, it kind of looks that way. Nom nom. Plus, it kind of sounds like chewing sounds, too. Anyway, Vulture trying to move in here. Are we going right into mech? All of a sudden, I'm realizing, yeah, Vulture. Command center on the way. Zerglings harassing, Vulture harassing at the front. It's got 2 kills now, but there's a Sunken to deal with that, and it's really well positioned. Kind of covers the front, but also if the Vulture comes around the backside, the Sunken can cover that too. So nicely and well placed there as the Spire is on the way. We're not really surprised by that, are we? So, I mean, this is usually why Terran players and Protoss players, I mean, everybody, right, get some vision. Okay, that's been mined through. That is wide open to Zergling attacks now. Not that this is walled off at all, which Terry can totally see here. I don't know about this, Fenix. I like you, man. I respect the players of your country. The level of play of your country, of Peru, is nice. This is a pretty good micro, though, isn't it? Look at him. He's doing the, like, super fast, barely turn and shoot maneuver. Is there enough to defend? Yeah, there's another vulture here. There's some marines behind it, extra damage. I mean, oh, okay. Turning around, killing the vulture when he wasn't quite ready for it, and then jumping into the natural base is a hot move. So pulling the SCVs out of here, body blocking a little bit for these two vultures to fire in. iNcontroL doesn't like what he sees. He probably made too many lings, I would say. He's down 25 to 19 workers thanks to the number of Zerglings that he produced. But, I mean, that's Zerg in a nutshell. You can get a huge army out super fast, but it kills your economy. And you have to get damage done with it quickly or you're just going to die. Yeah, look at this. Charon boosters getting research. Still Marines. We're not, like, stopping Marine production, but we are definitely going for... That's an engineering bay, though. What an interesting hybrid opening here out of Fenix. I kind of like it from him. So Marines and... Oh, did the vultures leave? The vultures left. Okay, so all these Zerglings are dead. And I think they killed a Marine there, so that was not a good trade from iNcontroL at all. 2019 to 19, or 29 to 19 workers here. Third base would be amazing. See, this Overlord is watching this back door. This Overlord knows the danger of these minerals dying because siege tanks roll back here, and that is even worse than lurkers rolling back here on the other side, right? Right. So the Mutaflock is out. We don't have a million. It's 5. I guess 4 more are on the way. Oh, your turrets are late. Oh, your turrets are late. Oh, no, Fenix. Fenix. Fenix, my friend. Okay, at least we have Goliaths out. So, all right, a couple SCVs die, but that could have been much worse. Okay, turret finished, turret finished. Turret finished, turret finished. All right, so defended. Defended fairly well. Vultures... Vultures trying to kill this third hatchery. Decide to bail before the mutas come back because they know they're probably looking for him. Run! Use your vulture speed. Charon boost is almost done. It's going to be really, really nice for Fenix when that happens. I need you to tell me what you're doing, good sir. I guess the engineering bay was for turrets. Okay, so... Yeah, we're going vehicle weapon upgrades. That's the indication. We are meching this thing. And we'll see how iNcontroL chooses to deal with mech. I don't know that I've seen him in a lot of games where he's fighting against a meching Terran player, but he likes his Ultralisks a lot. He likes Hydras and Lurkers in combination a lot here, too. All right, but this engagement for these mutas, yeah, they decided to back on out. Marines, turrets, and Goliaths with Charon boost. Nice snipe on that drone, though. That was pretty hot. Losing some Mutalisks in the process, though. Still a decent number here, but we're not producing any more of those. This Muta count is pretty much what we're going to see for the rest of the game, unless there are some science vessels that need popping after they've been plagued. So third base by iNcontroL is up, but I mean, there's nothing at it, so it doesn't count as a base right now. He's not using it for production. He's not getting any resources returned to it. There's your Lurker aspect at 8 minutes. And Spider Mines is on the way. So the thing is, Lurker's not as good against a meching Terran. Pretty good against a Marine Terran. Absolutely, yes. But, you know, not bad Muta stacking. Nice control there from iNcontroL. Still 28-38 workers, though. I mean, the Terran has just been very good. Very good on the econ, and that's going to pay dividends for him. He's going... What? What? He's throwing into... All right, man. You do you, Fenix. You do you, you crazy unicorn. Oh, Vulture showed up at third base. Killed a bunch more drones. Down to 26 workers now. That Vulture's got 4 kills, and he's running for his absolute terror in life right now. Yeah. So interesting. We went +1 vehicle weapons for the Goliaths, which is cool. But now we're going into multiple barracks, and the Marines are getting upgrades, and like siege mode's coming up, and a science facility's coming in, and it's like a hybrid Marine tank Goliath sort of a play. I kind of really like it against Zerg because the Goliaths and the Marines are really good against mutas, and then the tanks can handle lurkers. The question is how many tanks you're going to be able to produce if you're also producing Goliaths and Marines and all this other stuff, right? Especially on 2 bases. Like a third base would be super hot from him here in about 10 minutes. SCV's like, is there stuff up here? No, good. I'm glad to see there's not stuff up here. It's a 78 to 63 supply, but Lurker aspect is done. Lurkers are ready to rock here, but guess what? I was going to say that's what the siege tanks are for, but we don't have any of those. Nor are there any in production. Oh, there's one. I'm a liar. Look at me lying. There's 1 tank out. So is this a trap? Oh, spider mine trap, lurker trap. Same location. Enjoying each other's company, I'm sure. Terry the Overlord still alive. 10-minute mark for Terry the Overlord. That's not always a guarantee. Of course, he hasn't been scouting a lot, and that's usually where he goes down. But yeah, see, look at this. Hydralisk movement upgrades. He's not just making lurkers. He's getting Hydras here. Hydra Lurker seems to be the play that iNcontroL likes to use against this meching style. It's really gas heavy. It's kind of hard to control well, but you know, he's got a lot of practice with it. He feels confident with it. I don't think it's won every time, obviously, but what wins all the time? Ow! Okay, all right. Whoa! Bad! Holy bad! That was 3 lurkers down to spider mines. Those are free units. Okay. I mean, I guess they're not free units. You have limited numbers that come with a building, with a unit you have to produce. And you have to build. Legitimate concern here. Irradiate's on the way. Always very nice to have Irradiate. This SCV is harassing the third base somehow. I don't know what that was all about. But 102 to 71 supply. Oh, high ground lurkers here, but siege mode is done. He's like, I'm not going up this ramp. I know there's lurk. Oh, all right. Well, ow. And ow. And ow. And ow. All right, so lurkers are bad against Goliaths. They're just bad against mech units, bad against tanks, bad against Goliaths. They're just, they're amazing against Marines and Firebats and medics. So they have their uses. And I mean, there's definitely enough here for the lurkers to kill if they get in range. But I mean, this like pseudo mech play is very interesting to me. I don't know if I've ever seen a Terran player do this before. It's been a long time. Goliaths, tanks, and Marines. All right, siege tanks siege up. Goliath's firing away here too, though. And there are the Hydras we were talking about, but the siege tank fire is pretty nasty. And I think kill a lot of these Hydralisks. The Muta count, oh my gosh, the Mutas are dead. And it's 94 to 55 supply. Oh, irradiating one of the lurkers as it burrows in. That's just good moves. I mean, Fenix isn't playing this perfectly, but he's playing it well enough. And I told you, this composition is good stuff. It's really interesting. So he's only got +1 attack for the Marines, and he's only got +1 attack for the mech, and no other upgrades are coming in, which is a bit of an issue for him, obviously. But, I mean, more science vessels would be cool, too. But he's only producing tanks and Marines right now. So, all right, bruising him up. Oh, the lurkers just absolutely wander in, get a full surround, and try to murder everything. Ow, ow, ow. Marines standing, fighting. Ah, lurker spines. No, and then, oh, holy, dropping Zola inside the main base of iNcontroL. Fenix, I was wondering where the rest of his stuff was. I felt like he should have more. Dude, he's going to get the spawning pool. Oh, he gets the spawning pool. He just killed a ton. Dude, is that GG? Are we looking at his 50 to 19 workers right now for Fenix? It's always a bit of a risk casting a new player like Fenix that I've never put on the channel before against someone who's more established, like iNcontroL, but man, is he acquitting himself well. That drop was insane. I mean, he's got a third base coming up now, later than I would like it to be, but you know what, Fenix? Even now, I bet if Fenix and I spun up a 1v1, he'd still kick my butt if he hasn't touched StarCraft in the last 11 years, right? Probably true. Double engineering bay, continuing to produce off of 6 racks. The factory still making tanks, still making science vessels here. Dude, iNcontrol's economy is in the toilet. He's back down to 28 workers. He was at that like 4 or 5 minutes ago, and he's all the way set back here. He's trying to make this Hydra stuff work, but they kind of suck against Marines with stim and medic support. Like, they're surprisingly better against smaller numbers of tanks than Goliaths, right? Lurkers! Burrow it in! Ow! Ow! He needs to do a better job pulling back against this lurker stuff. He really does. Yeah, so just 2 tanks. He's not going crazy with the tanks, and I feel like going crazy with the tanks would not be a terrible idea from him. Right? If he's just producing like non-stop tank after non-stop tank here, or just maybe 2 tanks at a time would be cool too with 2 factories. But this Hydra Lurker stuff, if there was just like 17 tanks that set up somewhere, Hydra Lurker's just not really going to be able to break it, right? So look at him using the open way that iNcontroL opened for him. iNcontroL, so considerate. He never actually used it himself, but by golly, is Fenix making use of that secret way. Are we going to drop in here? This feels like a drop crew. Feeling like you're going to drop inside the Terran base and try to even the count here. Fenix is up 123 to 76 supply. It's 53 to 29 workers. I mean, the lurkers, if you get a good lurker play, oh yeah, so this is, like, by all means, Marines, come on in here and try to fight against 4 lurkers. Yes. He's trying to defend this base is what he's trying to do. Oh my gosh, the lurkers are doing a ton of work right now. That's a 10-kill lurker. They both have 10 kills. That one's got 13. Oh, there's nobody in these bunkers. I thought there was stuff in the bunkers. Oh, look at him. They're making a beeline behind that mineral line. I told you about that. And then at the front, too, iNcontroL. iNcontroL. He's trying to make up the difference, and by golly, is he doing it. Oh, man, bunker not enough. Hydro lurker. I told you. Dude, these aren't even burrowed yet. These need to be burrowed. Siege tanks firing from the high ground. Marines, siege tanks need to get in here and save the natural base. I mean, the good news here is that not a ton of SCVs have died. A lot of Marines have died, yes. And that ComSat station is dead, absolutely. But SCV count is still 52, which is not horrendous. Oh, these lurkers wandered back into the 3rd and are murderizing stuff here. iNcontroL is not building drones right now. He's building a lot of Hydralisks. An interesting choice. He feels like he's got Fenix on the ropes, and I'm not sure that he does. Again, 49 workers to 29. 49 isn't an amazing number for Fenix at this stage of the game, but it's not like he's broke either, right? I guess the 3rd base isn't running for the moment. Where'd that science? Did that science vessel die? I'm not sure any science vessels have died today. He's done a pretty good job with those. There you go. Oh, splash damage takes down the refinery here at the 3rd base. That totally sucks. Okay, coming across again. Once again, production tab says, we're not making drones right now. Literally, all we're making are hiders and lurkers, and I guess some scourge to try to deal with those annoying science vessels that are kind of causing us problems. But I mean, not exactly stopping him in his tracks either, you know? How are the upgrades looking? Marines are at +2 attack. Tanks are at +2 attack. Nice. Working on +3 attack for the infantry and +1 armor, too. Oh, we've got another starport coming in. Oh, nice pullback. Lurker dead. Okay, so 1 lurker dead. That's good stuff. Oh, attack from the south that siege tanks are trying to deal with. Ooh, the bunkers are just tearing through these hydras, though. 3 of them make it through, but they're all pretty darn injured. And then once again, the lurkers. Okay, good target fire there, Fenix. Once the lurkers are gone, the hydras are not going to do very well. Dude, this is intense, but, I mean, 116 to 56 supply. This is Fenix's game to lose here at 17 minutes. He's up in every conceivable aspect of this game. He's got better upgrades than iNcontroL does. Finally droning up here is iNcontroL. He's at 29. He's going to be up to 34. There you go. 34 is nice. Oh, I like turning these hiders into lurkers. That's real smart. But never mind, that didn't work out. Because they're very injured, and when you morph something into another unit, then it gets full health. It's nice. I mean, there's not a lot of things you can do that with, obviously. It's like Mutalisks and Hydras. That's about it. In StarCraft 2, there are more options, though. Not that any of you people watch StarCraft 2. Some of you do. There is some crossover between the StarCraft 2 and the Brood War stuff, and, like, I don't know. I love it all, but I understand that I'm a weirdo that way. Most StarCraft 2 fans really don't like Brood War and vice versa. Stop using Marines to deal with these things. Bring the tanks up. What he needs to do to win this game is bring the tanks up and set them somewhere where they're threatening a base, either this one or the 3rd base, and then I think he wins this thing. But he's been really kept on this half of the map for the most part. I mean, 56 to 34 total workers. iNcontroL made that round of like 5 drones, and that's it. He's done. He's done making drones for now. 34 is fine, thank you. And it's 3 base to 3 base, and I just don't. More science vessels throwing down more irradiates on these lurkers would help immensely. And I thought he's producing 2 at a time. Dude, that's pretty good control on the science vessel. Getting the high ground vision, but... Stop doing this. Golly. Really got to stop challenging those guys. Lurkers are not running. I think this is a Fenix win. I'm looking at it. It's feeling very much like a Fenix win. This SCV makes it... Oh, almost makes it all the way in. One final sunken hit does take him down. And here we go. Defensive Matrix is up, iNcontroL jumping on top of everything that is here from Fenix from both sides. So the tank can't fire on everything. And dude, iNcontroL is actually going to win this fight. He's going to win it, but at what cost? How many of his Hydralisks are dying to all? I mean, that's an 11 kill siege tank, so a 12 kill siege tank. It's a lot. It is a lot of dead Hydras. And it's 138 to 65 supply, so it's a moderately better position for iNcontroL than it was 20 seconds ago, but still. He's a 3-basing Zerg versus a 3-basing Terran. He's tried to kill him with his Hydra Lurker stuff, and it's just he hasn't been able to kill him. And his economy is terrible, and he's still making Lurkers. And there's another drop coming into the main base, and there are Scourge here, but unloading on the edge is very good. I like that. And, okay. Oh, Scourge do not connect at all on those drop chips. So focusing down the Spire, I don't know the Spire is something that iNcontroL cares about right now, but he's going to focus it down anyway. And then the Hydra's coming to fight with us, but remember we said about them being kind of bad here? We got +2 attack now, but it's +3 Marines, and I think this is a GG. That main lair goes down. He's absolutely attacking eggs right now, but then the Lurkers arrive. And he's not... Okay, all right. Okay, where are the dropships? Bring them back in. They're going home. These guys were on a suicide mission, and they're dead now, so mission accomplished. But iNcontroL is just toast. His main base is nothing but an extractor right now. I mean, Fenix isn't maxed out or anything, but he's at 142 supply. He's producing 7 Marines at a time. He's got 2 science vessels at a time coming in here, too. He must be losing science vessels when I'm not paying attention to him, because I haven't seen any die, but he doesn't... He just has these 2. I feel like he's had 2 for the last 10 minutes. So they must be dying to Scourge or Hydras when I'm looking elsewhere, I suppose. Alright, man. Once again, the army value is not bad here from iNcontroL. And my gosh, Fenix is so bad at not letting Lurkers murder all of his Marines. He's really pretty terrible at it. And for that reason, iNcontroL is still in this game. The Hydra Lurker stuff. I don't know that have I ever seen anyone else try this other than iNcontroL. It's just his jam. It was something he really liked doing, and I like that's what we're seeing in this game, because, you know, if we're trying... Oh, there we go. Science vessel down. If we're trying to honor iNcontroL's memory, doing something that really only he did, watching him do that strategy is awesome. I like it a lot. So nobody's really ever tried to take a 4th base today at all. Which is bonkers to me. We're in 22 minutes into this game, and nobody's even attempted a 4th base. Hold on. This might be an attempted 4th base. Come on, Fenix. Give us a 4th. You know you want to. He's not doing it. All right, cool. He doesn't have the money for it, I guess. But again, Hydra Lurker into the 3rd base. Why did you unload? Stay in the bunkers. It's your only shot at surviving the incoming attack, and you're surviving it really well, actually. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of dead Lurker. 128 to 58 supply. 27 drones from iNcontroL. He's taking the center like only desperate people do. Either you're desperate and you take the center, or you're so far ahead it doesn't matter and you take the center. We've seen the center taken on a few matches, usually ZVPs for whatever reason. Incredible Christmas special between Olympus and... Oh, who was the other player? I can't remember. If you missed the Christmas special from 2021, let me know. And let me know in the comments, and I'll reply to you with that link. It's an amazing ZVP. It's got Ensnare. It's got Dark Archons in it. It's got Mind Control. It's crazy good. It's a really, really stupid good match on Heartbreak Ridge. So I think, yeah, once this is dead and it's 128 to 56 supply and the Hydras just cannot stand, and they all just, I mean, okay, 1 tank went down, but that's not really a fantastic trade, and not enough Hydras to really deal. It's just no. Yeah, it's a GG scenario here. I mean, iNcontroL has not said the letters yet, but he's just letting drones wander into their deaths here. I mean, his APM's probably dropped if I had to guess. No, it's still currently about 170. It's going up, so he's doing stuff, but It can't. You're at 24 minutes and on 2 bases. Like, I don't care what race you are. If you're at 24 minutes on 2 bases, he's trying to take this. It's way too late for that. And the Fenix, like, you're not the best player I've ever seen, but your macro's really good. You seem to know how to deal with iNcontrol's Hydra Lurker stuff better than most people, I'd say. Although I still feel like going for mass tank would be more effective, but hey, what do I know? GG! iNcontrol taps out. You want to go last? Fenix says, let's go. And then they rematched. I don't know what that rematch is. I'm sure it's probably in this folder. I've got a bunch of iNcontrol versus Fenix games. I'll have to do some more of them. Oh, yeah, these Marines up. And these guys were entirely unnecessary, but like murdering almost defenseless drones is a pretty good job to have if you're a Marine. Way better than attacking a lurker, that's for sure. That's for sure. So beautiful use of drops. Oh, fourth base is here too. Beautiful use of drops. 2 separate drops from Fenix that were incredibly effective today. He never lost a base. He never really lost that many SCVs either, despite several attacks into his third base and his natural. He lost stuff, yes, but he didn't lose that many SCVs. And then, yeah, just good macro, going up to that 8 racks with the 1 factory. It's kind of an 8 racks play with a little more tank play than you would normally see in that kind of a situation. So good job by him. Again, a bit of a sloppy game from both players, but seeing the Hydra Lurker stuff handled as well as it was is pretty nice. Good job, Fenix. 167,000 points from Fenix, 139 for iNcontrol. Outproducing the Zerg player, but that makes sense. iNcontrol made that early group of Lings and then never really made any more, right? It was all Hydras and Lurkers after that, so that he didn't make 600 units makes sense. But still, getting outproduced by a Terran doesn't feel good. It doesn't necessarily mean that you lose, though. And then kill-death ratio. iNcontrol killed more, but he got outproduced by enough that it doesn't really matter. Structures raised 6 to 4, okay. And then resources here just too tight. Too tight in a ZVT for you to win this thing iNcontrol. You outspent him by about 1,000 resources, almost exactly 1,000 resources, but in 25 minutes, that is not nearly enough. All right, good stuff. So that right there is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Patreon match as well. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.